Hi, King Boomer. I cannot decide whether you look like a Civil War general or a communist dictator, but either way, I don't like it. Hello, Booms. What's going on? It's good to see you. Welcome back to the channel. I am doing the day today sketch. I'm going to react to it. It's called War. War. It says Chris. Actually, let me see here, because this was sent by Neil Murdoch. It says Chris Morris provokes all-out war. So, I was going to do a jam sketch, but that got... Actually, I did one, but it got flagged. Because there was a song in there throughout the whole thing that was keeping it from being uploaded. So, couldn't post that one. But I'm doing the day today. I've actually been recommended this show because I've done the Alan Partridge series reactions to that on Patreon, and I'm currently doing Knowing Me, Knowing You with Alan Partridge on Patreon. But I still get a lot of people saying you got to go back and watch The Day Today, which has bits of Alan Partridge in it, apparently. But it's mostly like a fake news show that was done by Chris Morris, who also did Brass Eye, which I still get a lot of requests for. I actually did a reaction to that never made the channel because I had Queen Boomer with me, and it was that pedophilia bit in there. It was the entire episode, and not even halfway through, Queen Boomer just slid out of the frame because she didn't want to be a part of it. It turned her off so much. So I didn't post that one either. But apparently Chris Morris, when he does these goofy shows, they're dark, and if there's a line to cross, he crosses it every single time, I've been told. And judging from that pedophilia episode of Brass Eye, I can tell. So, but he's in the IT crowd as Denim Renham, and I've seen him pop up in other things too. So, very funny guy. But let's see him provoke all-out war in this sketch from Day to Day. I'm going to react to it. Like, subscribe, do whatever you guys want. And I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared when I get into dark comedies like this. I'm like, holy crap, what am I in for? So here we go. Let's try it.
A man sees God in his car. He crashes.
Today's historic trade agreement between Australia and Hong Kong marks a new season of hope for the future of world trade. The two countries have been at each other's throats for years, but now the hatchet's been buried by a treaty which allows unrestricted trading between all parties at all levels. I'm joined now by Martin Crace, the British Minister with special responsibility for the Commonwealth, and Gavin Hawtrey, the Australian Foreign Secretary in Canberra. Gentlemen, this is pretty historic stuff. Well done. A future of unbridled harmony then, Australia?
Yes, I think Martin Crace and I can be pretty satisfied. It's a good day.
And if, as in the past, Australia exceed their agreement, what will you do about it?
This is a very satisfactory treaty, which I'm sure will work well. Naturally, if the limits were exceeded, then this would be met with a firm line, but I can't see this being necessary.
Mr. Hawtrey, he's knocking a firm line in your direction. What are you going to do about that?
Well, in that case, we just reimpose sanctions as we did last year.
Sanctions? Hang on a second. They've only just swallowed their sanctions, and now they're burping them back up in your face.
I think sanctions is rather premature talk. Certainly, if sanctions were imposed, we should have to retaliate with appropriate measures. But I can't
think appropriate measures is a euphemism, Mr. Hawtrey. You know what it means. What are you going to do about that?
Well, I just have to go back to Cabinet.
And ask them about what?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a matter for the military.
The military?
I think military measures is totally inappropriate reaction, and I think this is way, way over the top.
Sounds like you're being inappropriate, are you?
Of course I'm not being inappropriate, but Martin Crace knows that full well.
You know what I like about this sketch? It highlights how, and not to, I hate getting political on this show, it's such a boner killer. But the thing I like about it is it's poking fun at, people that they have on these news shows, just like talking about like war or retaliation or like something has to be done in such a calm manner, like, and it's not going to affect them, it's going to affect the regular folk. And I can't stand when people do that on television, whether it's a talking head, an analyst, a lobbyist or an actual fucking person in the government. You know, whether here it'd be, you know, a representative or a senator or whatever the fuck. I can't stand it when they go on these shows and talk openly about that stuff. It's like, yeah, well, it's not going to affect you. It's going to affect everybody else. You're just going to sit in your chair and be like, yeah, we should do this. We should lob a nuke over here. Fuck you. So I do like that it's making fun of that, but Chris is in the middle here. Like how are you going to... You two got a problem here. You should start fisticuffs over video. I don't know. Anyway.
This is the sort of misunderstanding that I thought we'd laid to rest during our negotiating period.
Misunderstanding it certainly is. It's certainly not a treaty, is it? You're both at each other's throats. You're backing yourselves up with arms. What are you going to do about it? Mr. Hawtrey, let me give you a hint. Bang!
What are you asking me to say?
You know damn well what I'm asking you to say. You're putting yourself in a situation of armed conflict. What are you plunging yourself into?
You'd like me to say it?
I want you to say it, yes.
You want the word?
The word.
I will not flinch.
You will not flinch from...
War.
War. Gentlemen, I'll put you on hold. If fighting did break out, it will probably occur in Eastmanstown in the Upper Cataracts on the Australia-Hong Kong border. Our reporter Donald Bethlehem is there now. Donald, what's the atmosphere like?
Tension here is very high, Chris. The stretched twig of peace is at melting point. People here are literally bursting with war. This is very much a country that's going to blow up in its face.
Well,
Yeah. He's like, good, you said it. We got somebody on the ground. I think that's the guy who's on the ground there. I think that guy is in Knowing Me, Knowing You. I think. He shows up with different characters in that one.
Gentlemen, it seems you have little option now but to declare war immediately.
Well, this is quite impossible. I couldn't take such a decision without referring to my superior, Chris Patton. He's in Hong Kong.
Good, because he's on the line now via satellite. Mr. Patton, what do you think of the idea of a war now? I'll take that as a yes.
Very well, it's war.
War it is.
That's it, Chris. It's war. War has broken out. This
Yeah, the flinch! Oh. Look what you done started, Chris.
is war.
That's it. Yes, it's war.
Oh my God, he's got it ready.
From now on, the
got it
day-to-day will
right.
be
And the
providing
slide,
the most immediate
the slide.
coverage of any war ever fought. On the front line and in your face, Donald Bethlehem.
Standing by, Douglas Hurd.
The day-to-day smart bombs have nose-mounted cameras. This is Smart Bomb Stephen, and that is Susanna Gekkelois.
I'll be reporting from inside the fight.
Like some crazy Trojan. And keeping an eye on everything that's going on out there at the day-to-day news pipe, Douglas Trox.
Chris.
But first, the weather from Sylvester Stewart.
And now the weather, starting in the
Look at this
southeast,
Muppet.
where the sun should plop through after a dull start, a bit like having your hand sewn back on after a farming accident.
Yo, why is Britain in the North Pole? What is going on?
Let's revolve the weather collar now 70 degrees to the Midlands, where I was first bereaved.
Oh my God.
And there'll be a large cack of heavy cloud covering the area, but it should stay dry enough for you to dance outside until our Lord Beelzebub calls upon us. Now, if we rotate the throat circle back...
Well, it cut off there, but that was a clip. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Neil. I needed that. That was it, like the part where I said the slide, because the guy who had the glasses on that was talking with Chris Morris, like on set, the thing detached and was sliding him into the war thing. That's why I was laughing at that. It was sliding him directly into war. War it is. Oh man, good stuff. That was, yeah, the day today. Okay, so maybe I got to do eventually full episodes of reactions to him of day today. I don't know. Oh God, I feel like I'm gonna be doing this till I get a full head of gray hair by the time I get around to every show that everybody is asking me to react to. You know, but that was good. I like that. It was dark, but it wasn't like when I when I think of stuff that Chris Morris is behind now in terms of like writing, because of that pedophilia episode, in Brass Eye, I think of like really, really dark. But this wasn't, even though it's controversial and it's like war, we're starting a war right now. It's just seemed more goofy to me, you know. But I enjoyed the hell out of it. So, and I hope you guys like the reaction. Like, subscribe, do whatever you guys want, and I'll see you again soon. Peace out, everybody.